Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking the absolutely fascinating, multi-layered strategy behind Nissan's race to build the ultimate electric vehicle battery. We're looking at a master plan that's going to completely reshape what we drive, how far we can go, and, maybe most importantly, how much it costs to get there.
Okay, let's look at the agenda. We'll be covering the EV battery holy grail, liquid versus solid state, the secret sulfur advantage, how dry manufacturing cuts costs, and finally, the road to 2028. Let's jump right in.
Section 1, the EV battery holy grail. So, for decades, the lithium-ion battery has basically been the backbone of electric mobility, right? But what we're talking about today isn't just some minor tweak to your car's battery. No, this is a fundamental shift in electrochemical architecture. It's a total reimagining of energy storage designed to solve the two biggest hurdles of modern driving: severe range anxiety and sky-high costs. We're talking about an entirely new way to store and deploy energy.
Section 2, liquid versus solid state.
To understand why solid state is such a big deal, we need to talk about traditional batteries and a dangerous phenomenon called thermal runaway. Current batteries rely on liquid electrolytes. If those liquids get too hot, or, heaven forbid, get punctured in a crash, they can overheat and potentially catch fire. That's thermal runaway. But by replacing those volatile liquids with a highly stable solid separator, that fire risk is virtually eliminated. It's a massive safety revolution.
The contrast between the heavy liquid-filled past and the sleek, solid-state future is just stark. Traditional lithium-ion tech uses volatile liquid electrolytes, which require bulky, heavy, complex cooling systems to keep everything safe. And all that armor, it limits how fast you can charge. Solid state, on the other hand, runs entirely on stable, solid materials. Because it manages heat so much better, it ditches the heavy cooling systems. That unlocks incredibly lightweight packaging and lets you pump energy in at significantly faster charging speeds.
So what does this actually mean for you as a driver? Well, it means a doubled driving range of over 1,000 kilometers on a single charge. That's roughly 620 miles, folks. Just imagine taking a massive road trip without constantly checking your map and stressing over the next charging station. It's a total game changer.
Section 3, the secret sulfur advantage. Now, Nissan isn't trying to pull this off alone. They've formed a powerful 3-year innovation alliance to totally de-risk their supply chain and break away from expensive rare earth metals. They're combining their own massive manufacturing scale with the UK-based firm Jelion's proprietary materials alongside the brilliant research minds at the University of Oxford.
And the secret weapon born from that alliance is nano-encapsulated sulfur, or NES. Instead of relying on standard expensive elements like cobalt and nickel, which are heavily controlled by regional rivals, Nissan is using sulfur to drastically lower the cost of raw materials. Sulfur is globally abundant and incredibly cheap. Now, historically, sulfur degraded way too quickly in batteries, but this new nano-encapsulation tech totally solves that durability problem, giving us a cheap, long-lasting power source.
Okay, so we've got the cheap materials and the amazing range. But that brings us to a really massive question. How do we actually make these high-tech batteries affordable to manufacture at scale? Because, let's be real, a great recipe is absolutely nothing if you can't build the kitchen to cook it in.
Section 4, dry manufacturing cuts costs.
This is where Nissan, partnering with US-based LiCap Technologies, completely changes the game. Traditional wet manufacturing processes mix chemicals with toxic solvents, which then have to be baked out in massive, energy-intensive drying ovens. It takes a ton of power and giant factory footprints. But LiCap's dry electrode process, it uses zero solvents and has no drying phase. This completely eliminates the need for massive factory ovens, slashing capital expenditure and shrinking the factory footprint to allow for highly efficient microfactories.
And there's a bonus. This new dry manufacturing process also allows for a 30% increase in energy density. That means the battery packs hold more power and way less space, so the cars themselves can be sleeker and lighter. Vehicle designers are going to have a whole new playground. It potentially even paves the way for a fully electric Godzilla GTR, leveraging this low-profile, lightweight tech for some extreme track-ready performance. But despite having all these amazing puzzle pieces, Nissan is intentionally playing the long game here. It's a slow-cooked methodology meant to ensure total reliability. As Christophe Emblard from Nissan Europe put it, we can't rush the process. We have to be sure that this technology is reliable and ready to meet our customers' expectations. They're refusing to flash fry this technology just for a quick marketing win. It has to work perfectly from day one.
Section 5, the road to 2028.
So what's the actual timeline? Well, Nissan has a highly specific step-by-step master plan. In 2025, they launched their pilot production line in Yokohama. Their next huge target is set for 2026, when they plan to successfully achieve a 23-layer cell stack in a single prototype pack to prove the architecture is actually ready. After that, we expect a functional prototype debut in 2027, paving the exact road for a mass-market vehicle launch in 2028.
We do have to view this objectively, though, because it is an intense global battery war. The Chinese bloc is moving aggressively, optimizing their massive wet lines to get out ahead with a 1 to 2 year lead time in 2026 or 2027. You also have Western alliances pushing for absolute peak performance targets around 2027. But while rivals might launch slightly earlier or target extreme luxury, Nissan is targeting 2028 with a strategy uniquely positioned to dominate the affordable mass market, relying on economical sulfur and dry manufacturing.
So what's the big takeaway for you? Here's some strategic buying advice. If you bought an EV between 2020 and 2023, hold on to your vehicle for 6 to 7 years. Don't sell it now and eat that steep early depreciation. Instead, wait out the current market so you can leapfrog right into the solid-state era and upgrade to this vastly superior tech in 2028 when ranges double and charge times plummet.
I'll leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. In a market totally flooded with rushed technology and a dizzying number of startups, will Nissan's deliberate, highly structured, slow-cooked strategy crown them the ultimate winner of the global EV war? Might this be the exact formula needed to win the future? Thank you for joining me for this explainer today. Keep your eyes on the road, because 2028 is going to change absolutely everything.